Good evening, dear viewers. Welcome back on this evening edition of the Flash Info on Fed Afrique Television. Cameroon, 11 new civilians free from Amba captivity in restive southwest region. Some elements of Rapid Intervention Battalion B, Friday, October 16, freed 11 persons, including a priest, reportedly held in captivity by suspected separatist fighters in Lebialem division of the southwest region of Cameroon. The hostages, mostly elderly men and women, were freed during a military operation in that part of the country. They are reported to have been held captives in an Ambazonian camp belonging to Agbo Oscar Nkeng, an armed separatist leader targeted by the military after October 13 operations that led to the death of General Ayeke in Basali Wabane, still in Lebialem division. Agbo Oscar is said to have run away, leaving behind his 11 hostages. During the previous military operation in Wabane, 13 civilians were freed, including a baby and 3 young girls believed to be sex slaves to Ayeke. Some of these freed hostages are quoted as having said their captors, who accused them of collaborating with the military, were demanding 1.5 million francs CFA ransom in exchange of their freedom. It is worth mentioning that Lebialem division has for years been a hotspot for kidnappings by Ambazonia fighters. Out of the country, we take you to Ivory Coast, where ECOWAS insists on dialogue for a way out of the crisis. The new ECOWAS head of mission in Abidjan, Mrs. Shili Bochwe, has on Sunday urged stakeholders in the presidential election of October 31 to dialogue to find a common ground to get out of the crisis born of a non-consensus around the election. Ghana's ministers of foreign affairs and regional integration was speaking after a meeting with the presidents of the Democratic Party of Cote d'Ivoire PDCI and the Ivorian Popular Front FPI, Henry Konan Bedie and Afin Gesang respectively. This ECOWAS delegation is staying in Abidjan as part of a new mission of preventive diplomacy aimed at contributing to the normal continuation of the electoral process and the holding of the election in a peaceful atmosphere. The opposition is demanding a reform of the Independent Electoral Commission, which is deemed unbalanced and subservient to those close to power. It is also accused the Constitutional Council of having validated the candidacy of incumbent leader Alassane Ouattara, calling it illegal because it violates all constitution, which prohibits a third term. During its stay, the ECOWAS ministerial delegation will meet with the other presidential candidates and have working sessions with the Prime Minister and government officials. We take you to Ethiopia, where floods displaced tens of thousands of people in southern Ethiopia. Flash floods displaced tens of thousands of people in Ethiopia's SNNP region, and a total of nearly 300,000 people are expected to be affected by floods this year. Officials has disclosed the last month floods hit the country's Afar region and uprooted more than 100,000 people after heavy downpour and onflow of the Awash River. The flood hit the region's Asaita, Afambo, Dubiti and Mal districts worst. The latest floods in the SNP region affected more than 62,000 semi-pastoralists in Denesnej district due to the overflow of the Omo River. The flood also washed away thousands of livestock, and more than 60,000 displaced people are required urgent humanitarian assistance. Minister of Women, Children and Youth, Filsan Abdullahi, said on Sunday. We take you to Guinea, where opposition leader announces victory in the first round. The candidate of the National Alliance for Democratic Change, ANAD, Cellio Dalien Diallo, had claimed victory after the first round of the presidential election held on Sunday, October 18, 2020. Despite several anomalies that marred the smooth running of the October 18 elections, and in view of the results that came out of the polls, I come out victorious in this presidential election, the president of the Union of Democratic Forces, UFDG, surrounded by overheated supporters, told reporters at his headquarters in Conakry. I invite all my compatriots, lovers of peace and justice, to remain vigilant and get mobilized to defend this victory for democracy, he added. Cellou Dalein Diallo thus distances himself from the warnings of the government, which said only the Independent National Electoral Commission has the right to announce the provisional results of the poll. It is on this note that we draw an end to this piece of information we brought for you, dear televiewers. Thanks for watching till the end. See you tomorrow.